Welcome back to the channel. If you are preparing for the NEBOSH International Diploma Unit DI3, you know that the scenarios change, but the core hazards and management standards often repeat. Today, we are going to break down the most frequently tested topics for the DI3 exam. We've analyzed the tasks from past papers ranging from January 2022 all the way to July 2025. I'm going to give you a consolidated list of the must-know technical areas. We won't be looking at the specific scenarios from those papers. Instead, we are going to look at the general principles you need to master. If you understand these broad topics, you can apply them to whatever scenario the examiners throw at you. Let's get started. Topic 1. Confined space entry and rescue. First up, and this appears constantly, confined spaces. The examiners love to test your ability to recognize a confined space, whether it's a reactor vessel, an inspection pit, or a plant room. For the exam, you need to generally understand 1. Recognition. What technical features make it a confined space? Is it enclosed? Is there a foreseeable specified risk like asphyxiation or fire? 2. Risk assessment. You need to know the hazards of the space itself, like low oxygen, and the hazards introduced by the work like welding fumes. Management. Be ready to outline a full safe system of work. This includes permits to work, isolation of services, and atmospheric testing. Number 4. Emergency arrangements. Never forget the rescue plan. The exam often asks specifically for emergency arrangements, distinct from the preventative measures. Topic 2. Fire, explosion, and hazardous zoning. This often relates to the storage and use of flammable liquids or gases. Key general concepts to master include number zoning. Understand the difference between zone 0, 1, and 2. You might be asked to justify why an area is classified a certain way based on ventilation and the grade of release. 2. Explosion mechanisms. Be familiar with terms like bleave, boiling, liquid expanding, vapor explosion, and how dust explosions occur. You need to know the conditions required for these events. 3. Fire behavior. Study how different structural materials, steel, concrete, wood, react under intense heat. 4. Protection systems. Know the pros and cons of different suppression systems, such as water deluge versus foam extinguishers, and where you would cite them. Topic 3. Lifting operations and equipment. This usually revolves around cranes, forklift, trucks, or mobile elevated work platforms, MEWPs. From a general perspective, focus on planning the lift, the roles of the appointed person, and the slinger signaler. 2. Lifting accessories. How to select the right accessory chains versus webbing slings, and the importance of pre-use checks. 3. Statutory inspections. Know the legal requirements for thorough examinations. For example, every 6 months for equipment lifting people. Topic 4. Workplace transport and traffic management. Whether it's a car park, a construction site, or a warehouse, the principles remain the same. You need to be able to suggest improvements for segregation, separating pedestrians from vehicles using barriers and designated walkways. 1. Traffic routes, one-way systems, speed limits, and visibility, lighting and mirrors. Driver and vehicle safety, managing driver fatigue and ensuring vehicle maintenance. 3. Deliveries, managing the risks of visiting drivers who might not know your site rules. Topic 5. Pressure systems. This often catches people out. You might see a compressor or a pipeline in the scenario. You need to generally explain 1. Identification. Why is it a pressure system? It contains a relevant fluid under pressure. 2. Maintenance and examination. The requirement for a written scheme of examination, WSE. 3. Hazards. The risk of stored energy, catastrophic failure, or the whipping of flexible hoses. 4. Controls, pressure relief valves, safety gauges, and regular non-destructive testing NDT. Topic 6. Electrical safety and high voltage. The exam questions here often focus on maintenance and high-risk work. Be prepared to discuss. 1. Deterioration. What causes electrical systems to fail? Corrosion, mechanical damage, overloading, lack of testing. 2. High voltage work. This almost always requires a strict permit to work system. You need to know what sections goes into that permit: isolation, earthing, and testing for dead. 3. Portable equipment. The management of portable appliances, PAT, testing, and the risks of using domestic tools in an industrial environment. Topic 7. Management of change and permits. You will often be asked to critique a process. 4. Permit to work. Whether it's for hot work, confined spaces, or high voltage, you need to know the life cycle of a permit: issue, acceptance, monitoring, clearance, and cancellation. 5. Emergency plans. Why are they beneficial even if not legally required? What specific elements, contacts, assembly points, specific responsibilities must be included? So, there you have it. If you can confidently explain the general principles behind confined spaces, fire, explosion, lifting, transport, pressure systems, electricity, and permits, you will be well equipped to tackle the DI3 exam regardless of the scenario they give you. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more NEBOSH Diploma guidance. Good luck with your studies, and I'll see you in the next video.